The 12-4 AFC North champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers, host the 11-5 Cleveland Browns on Sunday. Chris Lovitt and I discuss the matchup and give our prediction. Check out my other prediction videos for the rest of the wildcard games on my channel. And for the final AFC wildcard matchup, it's obviously already like kind of a rematch from just week 17 when the Browns beat the Steelers to get into the playoffs. But obviously the Steelers didn't really play their starters, or most of the starters they didn't. But I mean, the most concerning thing for me right now about that game is that like the COVID situation in the Browns have, like they won't have guards Joel Bitonio. Then of course like Stefanski won't be there. The O-line coach probably isn't either. The O-line assistant coach, the wide receiver coach, and the tight ends coach. They can all not even practice with the team this week and will not be at the game. So I don't really know why this game. The NFL should postpone this game. I think it's very unfair to the Browns that they have to play without like half their coaching staff.
Definitely. It's really unfortunate, and I guess you've just got to, so the way the NFL has done the scheduling, and obviously there's only 1 week between wildcard weekend and the divisional games. If it was a case of, these coaches have been in contact, maybe you could push the game back a couple of days and wait for some tests. But I think a lot of them have actually tested positive, which means obviously 2 weeks minimum. So probably won't even be able to coach in the divisional round if the Browns get there. But yeah, we've known all season and probably expected something like this would happen. But it is really unfortunate because this would have probably been one of the better games. It's always nice to get a divisional game playing out in the playoffs. And yeah, I think the game would have gone a lot differently to week 17. I mean, the Steelers obviously didn't have Big Ben, rested a few starters. But yeah, I think it's really unfortunate, and I think we've kind of been robbed of this game a little bit because you can't really see the Browns being able to overcome a really well coached team like the Steelers with pretty much no coaches of their own.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe I think I might still pick the Browns after all. Just maybe they might huddle together and come out even stronger to say like we're really going to show it to the entire NFL and everyone that we can deal with this adversity and are going to win no matter what happens to us and no matter like the circumstances, because they like at the end of the day they still have Baker Mayfield, who is so much improved to last year, and then they have the best running back duo in my opinion with Chubb and Hunt. And the Steelers really have been disappointing ever since their 11-0 start. Yes, they beat the Colts there that 1 week, but still, like they lost 4 of the 5 last games, and they have no running game. They're kind of limited on defense because of injuries, and Big Ben cannot really throw the deep ball.
Yeah, it's very interesting. They're both they both have kind of glaring weaknesses, I guess. Yeah, like you say, Steelers can't run the ball. Browns haven't really been very good against the run, and you're right about Baker. I mean, I've been sold on Baker for most of this season. I've thought he's really come on, but we know exactly what the Browns are now. They've got a good running game which will get them most of the way there, and then they can only go as far as Baker can take them. And while Baker's been very impressive this season, I would attribute a lot of that to Stefanski and the scheme. And I know obviously with him not being there, that doesn't mean they're going to run a completely different scheme. I know he's still going to, brief the coaches and get them, calling plays to a certain schedule, I guess. But yeah, I just think not having Stefanski there probably will limit Baker a bit. And yeah, I can see the Steelers winning this. Steelers obviously have home field advantage, which even though there's no fans, is probably still going to play a small part for them. But yeah, I have the Steelers winning a close game here, and I think it really is going to come down to the Browns' run game against the Steelers' run defense, because we know that that's the strength of both teams, and that's usually the way these games go. I would give the slight edge to the Steelers, but yeah, very very intriguing game definitely, and yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out.
Interesting. So that's going to be the first game where we're going to disagree on the outcome, because I think I'm going to I'm gonna give the Browns a very slim win here in this matchup.